All right, these are the visuals that we are showing you. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is departing for a two-day visit to Saudi Arabia, and the visit is being undertaken at the invitation of Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. So these are the visuals that we are showing you. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarking on a two-day official visit to Saudi Arabia. This will be Prime Minister Modi's third visit to the country following his previous visits in 2016 and 2019. And this trip follows Prince Mohammed bin Salman's state visit to New Delhi in September 2023, during which he attended the G20 summit and co-chaired the first meeting of India-Saudi Arabia Strategic Partnership Council. So, important visit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarking on a two-day official visit to Saudi Arabia. These are the visuals that we are showing you from the Palam Airport. In a statement issued by the MEA, it was said that India and Saudi Arabia share long-standing and friendly ties rooted in strong socio-cultural and trade links. And over the past decade, the bilateral relationship has evolved into a robust strategic partnership spanning a wide range of sectors. All right, DD Akshay Dongre joins us to talk more on this. Akshay, tell us the significance of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Saudi Arabia. How crucial is the visit?
Well, it's quite crucial, Abhishek, as far as the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is concerned, and especially it's coming at the invitation of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. He's also the Prime Minister, and the crucial point as far as this visit is concerned is amid the turbulence that's taking place in the West Asian region, in the Middle East. We can expect that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the leadership of Saudi Arabia will be discussing not only the regional issues but other national issues as well. The strategic council meeting that is going to take place, the second one, is also important because the first one, it started from the G20 when the Crown Prince was here in New Delhi, and he attended the G20 summit as well. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi's third visit to the country, as you rightly mentioned, in 2016, 2019, and this time into 2025, and for the first time Prime Minister will be visiting Jeddah. Now, to understand the significance, especially the geopolitics behind this particular visit, is to also highlight the fact that Saudi Arabia, despite the turbulent times, remains one of the most powerful kingdoms, most powerful countries, in fact, in the West Asian region. Saudi Arabia is still one of the largest producer of crude oil. It's also a major energy supplier to India, and to secure India's energy supply lines, energy sources, it's crucial to foster closer relation with the countries that are in the West Asian region. Now, be it the UAE, the Saudi, the Iranians, India has been very carefully maintaining good relations with all the countries, be it the Iranian leadership or the Iraqi government, or the other countries that have been major crude oil supplier or energy resources for India, have held close relations. But as far as Saudi Arabia is concerned, the relationship goes even one step beyond, because it's not just the energy sector where both the countries are collaborating, but it's energy. Besides the energy sector, there are now advanced manufacturing, artificial intelligence. Even in the semiconductor sector, India is being seen as a major hub for the production of, in fact, the mass production of these kind of cutting edge technologies, and that perhaps is the reason why Saudi Arabia also considers India a major global partner, besides India also being one of the most crucial economy in the Indian Ocean region as well. And the kind of trade routes that are there from West Asia to be the Southeast Asian countries or the other parts of the world. Many of them go through the Indian Ocean region, and that's perhaps the reason why both the countries have held not a recent relationship, but if you go to historic times, the countries have had exchanges, visitors coming from each other nations, and there has been cultural links as well in many aspects, and that is all going to be highlighted in not by the Prime Minister's visit, but his interaction with the diaspora community as well, which is approximately 3 million strong in Saudi Arabia. These includes not only the working class people, but working professionals like doctors, engineers, scientists that are in fact working in Saudi and contributing to the growth of economy there as well. And that is why both the countries have held this living bridge of the Indian diaspora between them two. And the third visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also significant, because there are only very few countries where Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been visiting this frequently since he came to power in 2014. So there you have, there are several other aspects as well, be it the defense or healthcare or education. There are many aspects where both the countries are in fact working to collaborate, working to learn from each other's experiences. So we can expect a lot more in this 2-day state visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when for the first time he will be visiting Jeddah, as he has mentioned in his departure statement too.
Akshay, also there is a robust defense cooperation between the two sides. Could we see a forward movement on that?
Well, there are expectations because, in the West Asian region, countries like Saudi Arabia, who are very powerful, are also there in tensions with other nations such as be it Turkey, be it Iran. There have been, their own rift lines between the countries of West Asia, and that is also the reason why countries such as Saudi Arabia or UAE have been looking for a more regional, to strengthen their relations with more powerful regional allies such as India, such as other countries that are in Europe as well, and India being a major power in the Indian Ocean region, which is the main trading route for most of these West Asian countries. It becomes important to foster closer ties. So defense remains one of those important areas where both the countries are expected to collaborate even further, be it joint military exercises, exchange of personnel for training purposes, working from learning from each other's anti-terrorism experiences, learning from each other's war tactics. So all of this and integration of technology that's happening here in India in the defense forces as well is something that several countries in the Asian continent are willing to learn from, and that's the reason why both the countries, while have maintained a strong defense ties, but with Saudi Arabia pushing for more indigenization of content and manufacturing of defense infrastructure, same as India. Both the countries have a lot in common as far as learning is concerned in terms of manufacturing defense equipment in home, not only the traditional weapons or ammunitions, but also the cutting-edge state-of-the-art technologies, including the artificial intelligence and drones, unarmed kind of vehicles that are being built. Not only the UAVs, but also robots that are now capable of taking part in conflicts. So all of these strides towards technology and integrating them into the defense services is something that is common between both Saudi Arabia and India. And if the two countries collaborate on this further with the kind of technological prowess that India has been acquiring in the past few years, it can be quite useful for the countries such as Saudi Arabia, who have an arid geography and topography, and also India has been honing its own defense skills in its own deserts and desert region, significantly important because that region also touches Pakistan, and that's the reason why India's desert warfare tactics have also been world class, and that's something that even Saudi Arabia can learn from, and vis-a-vis India can also learn several things as far as Saudi Arabia's own prowess in defense equipment manufacturing or using them is concerned.
Akshay, also before we leave you, Saudi Arabia is a key partner of India when it comes to meeting its energy security needs, defense cooperation too. We spoke about. Tell us the relationship that we share with Saudi Arabia. Why Saudi is important for India?
Well, Saudi is important for India. First thing would be the energy supplies that are secured with a tie with the country. We have seen that Saudi Arabia has been a dominant exporter or dominant power when it comes to India's energy security is concerned. Saudi Arabia has also been a reliable partner even in times of distress. And it's a very influential country in the West Asian region, also in the OPEC countries. The kind of turbulence that we are seeing and the kind of hostility that has been seen among the countries in the West Asian region, there have been fragmented support even for Pakistan by several of the West Asian nations. India also wants to strike a balance by fostering relations with these countries that can be a good point as far as India's own soft power is concerned in that particular region, because that region becomes important not only because it's on the border of Europe and Asia and Africa as well, but also that it is a major supplier and a reliable provider of energy security that India requires, quite significantly. But also that both the countries can be looking at transitioning from the traditional means of fossil fuels and energy needs, but also the more modern energy needs, such as green energy, such as solar energy, wind energy, and both the geography of both Saudi Arabia and India allows both the countries to harness these sources of energy as well. That those are natural and renewable too, which is also another objective that gets cleared. That is sustainability and the entire concept of going zero carbon. All of this gets achieved when the two countries share technologies and share their own expertise in all of these fields.
All right, Akshay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for getting us the latest on that story.